solo drop, solo set. Nothing too crazy. $120 list price, so a little bit more expensive than usual, I would say. I know a lot of these cars, vehicles have been a little bit cheaper, I think. So a little bit more expensive. I think a lot of people are anticipating an animation or some kind of this. I'm not sure if this is going to be animated. I do believe one day in the future that a lot of these vehicles will be drivable once we do get some iterations of that VeVe-verse coming out. But right now, I'm not too sure what this is, if it's going to be animated or not. So I want to get too excited for it, for that expectation to be too high. That'd be a great bonus if it is animated, if it is drivable. I do expect one day it will be. We have 9,500 editions for this one. Shout out to everybody in the live stream today. We got User with the first comment. User for the username. Interesting to see. I won't go for this one. Maybe I will just practice, but won't buy it. How about you? I think this is definitely a good one to at least try for, try with that timing technique. If you guys been struggling with it, good one to practice with. You don't know what kind of drop is going to come in the future where that could be clutch. This one, I don't think it's going to do crazy numbers right away in the marketplace. I do expect it to be a little bit over retail right away. I don't think this is going to be the most popular drop, but I do think it has a fan base for sure. I didn't know about this one. I was thinking of the movie Easy Rider when this one first came out. I didn't know about Knight Rider, but I know it does have, a pretty big fan base. I'm not too sure if the fan base is on VeVe just yet, so I don't think right away these are going to go crazy, but I think it looks pretty sweet. We have 9,500 editions, so a little bit more too, I would say, than people thought, but we'll see what happens with this drop. I will be going for this one. We got Hamoon. Let's go. Johnny, good luck today. Appreciate that. Good luck as well. We got APB in the house. Shout out to my guy. Good luck today, everybody. I'm going to share the screen in just a moment. Got a pretty legendary Alcon interview. Now, this is from one of the OGs, triple OGs. I think he was here since 2018. Had a lot of, I would say, foresight to get in with the company early on. He posted this video of Alcon. This is an old video, so I'm not too sure if, I know this isn't an update version, so I would say, keep the expectations a little low. Don't think everything that is about to come in the video is 100% going to come right away. But I would say the video that we're about to watch is definitely going to get a lot of excitement, I think, so it's going to be good to go over that. I'm just going to go over a few comments first. Knight Rider is a dead franchise. It was never popular. Shout out to Jerry. I would say, a lot of people said that about James Bond, right? But a new movie brought that back to life. A lot of other, movies will come back to life once a new one comes out, if it's any good. We got Zachary Roy in the building from the Palace. I definitely think the car is cool. Do you set up tabs on drop? Do you set up tabs on drop? You mean on my desktop? I do have a couple tabs up right now. You guys are going to see that as soon as I share this screen. So right now I just have Knight Rider, the Alcon video we're about to watch, and then my StreamYards. Seems like only ultra rare hold up value. The rest below crash. So I guess it depends whatever drops. If it's a big IP, I think all rarities will do well over time. Typically with a big IP, like we just saw with the Disney drop, they will have a lot of editions out there just for the common, uncommon, for a lot of the fans to get that. Now, if it goes under retail with something like Mickey Mouse Disney, I would bet that in a few months from now, things won't stay under retail. Not financial advice, of course. Not a financial advisor. Just my opinions only. So I do think that Disney, Mickey Mouse, anytime Disney releases something as big as that, this is the Mickey Mouse NFT collection series 2. So if it's under retail, to me, that just usually says it's an opportunity. On feed and store and collection. Oh, okay. You can set up tabs so you don't lose buy now button and go for rebounds. Wow, that's solid. I didn't really even think about that. Solid way to go for anybody going for rebounds right there. It's definitely a good tip right there. So you mean like you can bookmark it, right? Or you can like bring it up on your feed and go through that way. You can go through it with the collections tab. I see what you're saying. That is a good idea for the rebounds. I should start going for rebounds a little bit more often just to kind of practice that timing with it. So when I don't hit a drop and it's a drop I really want, I will have at least that experience with the rebounds. I've been blessed. I got that drop so many times to where I usually don't go for the rebounds. And even when I don't get the drop and I should go for the rebounds, I end up just getting carried away talking with everybody on the stream. So I usually don't, but I should start for sure. Yeah, that's a good thing to think about right there. You know, you could set up tabs, I guess, like have the buy now button ready to click on the feed tab, and then in the collections tab, maybe have it ready. That way, if you do lose the buy now on the store tab, you can at least go to the other tabs and try to click. That's a great idea. Absolutely. It's VeVe Vault's idea. Hey, shout out to the Vault. Yeah, that's a good idea over there. Yeah, he has a lot of great ideas with those rebounds. Hey, let's go to the moon and Mars, fam. Let's go. Chasing Sundays in the building. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go for this drop. I don't know how. I don't expect this one to be crazy valuable right away. So if you're looking for it to flip into thousands of dollars, I don't think that's going to happen right away with this drop. But it'll be interesting to see what happens for sure. Again, so real quick, I'm going to go over the timing technique just because it's a little bit different today. We do have the buy now button already up today, so it's not going to pop up 1 second after 0, but the principle still remains the same. It's going to be clickable, you know, popping up, clickable. That's the only difference right now. Right now, if you click it, nothing happens. It's unclickable. 1 second after 0, that's going to become clickable. So I'm going to act like there's 0 minutes left for this example and just 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. I missed the buy now button there. But again, I'm starting. I'm going to do a better example this time. I'm going to get closer. I'm waiting. I'm feeling it in my whole body. You can see almost like I start breathing with it. I'll go like 10, 9, 8. And right before I'm about to feel like it's about to say buy now, right 1 second after 0, I'm starting my click. So hopefully by the time I click there, it's just that perfect timing. You're going to want to subconsciously probably click too early. So I try to hold myself off until the last possible second, and then I'll click. It's hard to try to click and then have it keep focusing up too at the same time, but we'll try it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. Might have been perfect timing on that one. Again, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to hold myself off before the last possible second. Instead of feeling like the buy now is going to pop up, it's already up. So you're just going to have to really rely on the timing this time. 1 second after 0, before you feel it popping up, that's when you start your click. And by the time your thumb presses the screen, it should be perfect timing. Again, it's not going to work every single time. This isn't a flawless, remedy. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you time it perfect and you don't get it. Sometimes you do. It's just, the more consistent you can try to time it right, I think the better chances you probably will have more consistently, at least. We got Punch in the building. Thoughts on the new Mickey prices? Yeah, let's go over a little bit of the prices real quick before I start this video. So the first series of the Mickey Mouse NFT collection, Series 1, we got the Ultra Rare 2.1K. We have the Uncommon at 310. We have the Common at 249. I still think those are going to be prices we're going to laugh at in the future. For this new drop, we have the Common, $64. Looks like there's really only one public account, and it's at 65. That's another thing. I try to buy from just real people, instead of these private non-profile picture accounts. It's just something I've been trying to do for months now. I'm glad that there's a lot of awareness out there. A lot of other people are finally saying, try to buy from real people. And it's something that, anybody who's tuned into the live stream, you guys know I've been saying this for months now. I try to go in there and actually search for someone who has a public account, looks like who's an actual real person collector. Try to buy from them, try to support those real people. I've never really tried to support those fake private accounts. But again, I know how hard it is at times, just because when people are in there sniping, trying to go for that low digit, if you see it near the floor, you don't really have time to check if it is a real person or if you're just going there sweeping up the floor. So that's something that I've been just doing for months. I've been trying to tell people in the live stream, if you can, definitely do that. It got to the point where people were making fun of me. People were saying that all kinds of crazy stuff against that. And I was like, well, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, of course, but you're going to help reduce the situation, the issues that we see now. So I think a lot of those times, the people that were making fun of that strategy are now coming back around and saying, try to buy from a real person. It's like, well, I've been saying that since months ago, but I'm glad a lot of other people are finally starting to say it, because it is true. I mean, just for example, like when you go to the uncommon Mickey Mouse, and you see all these accounts, before people were just buying, and you're just supporting all the stuff that's going on. So yeah, it would be a little bit more expensive if you go down here and actually look for a real collector. This one's really bad. Holy cow. Eventually, you'll start to see some real, at least profile pictures. Now, again, it doesn't mean it's a real person. It doesn't mean it's a fake person if it's private. But for me, I like to try to find a real public account. And it is going to be a little bit more expensive than the floor, but that's just part of the, part of it when you support real people instead of these fake accounts. And again, if it was a real person, the floors wouldn't be this low in the first place. So let's go in here. I mean, I would try all of these, obviously. Let's see. Is this a real person? Sheesh. Let me see if I can even find one near the floor. This Mickey one looks like it got really bad. Holy cow. That one's questionable. But yeah, this one's really bad. The commons, at least. The commons and the uncommons of this last Mickey Mouse drop. Really bad. But here we go. Okay. So $88. We finally got to someone. So it is going to be a little bit more expensive. But again, the floors wouldn't be that cheap anyway if these were all real people. So if I was to buy one, I would just go in there and that's what I've been doing for months now. Trying to buy from real people. We got the ultra rare at $3.95 is the floor, but really the floor is, see, it's giving people like almost an illusion of how cheap it is, just because these aren't real people selling it for that low most of the time. So it looks like the cheapest one's $4.15 from a real person, $414.99. For me, for this drop, I'm gonna try to go for this drop without the amount of gems. I guess I clicked that notify me button. I did it by accident. But again, I'm going for this drop with only 6 gems in my wallet. And if I do get it, I'm going to try to add in gems. I have yet to try that experience. So a drop like this I feel like is a good opportunity for that. You go to the drop and share the drop on the feed and open it on the feed. Then you can keep the buy now there. Solid idea right there. Yeah, solid idea. Shout out to the Vault for always coming up with good ideas on those rebounds. What's up, Johnny? Why is it that they keep using 928 in Mickey Disney drops? What do you mean by this, Doc Hollywood? 928? What do you mean by that? Like the edition number? Like, would you 928 as in the last editions? Is that what you're talking about? If that's the case, it's definitely because of what Chasing Sundays just said right now. Because the first appearance of Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie, was in 1928. Makes 100% sense. 100% sense. It definitely makes sense, though. I mean, Doc Hollywood, I'm not sure if this is your question, but I think that's probably what it is. And if that's the case, that's definitely the reason. Same thing kind of with the Coca-Cola Snow Globes. I mean, this is something just as a collector, David Yu and the team, and I'm sure the licensors like to do. When you go to the secret rare of the Snow Globe, it's out of 1,886 editions. That's because 1886, I believe, technically was like the FA of Coca-Cola. So if you got that last edition number, that's going to be crazy. Not only just because it's the last one in the possible to get, but it's because it's that FA of Coca-Cola. Same thing kind of with Disney here. If you get that last one, numbers mean a lot to Disney. Absolutely. And Chasing Sundays, that's why numbers mean a lot to collectors as well too. You know, collectors like to collect, and they'll come up with their own niches. You know, you prefer timing rather than lining up the OK button when on the buy now and spamming. Sun Eater, yeah. So I just like the timing better. It's always just worked for me. But again, if you guys have success and you guys like trying to spam away and try to time it by doing the align gate and all that kind of stuff, and you're doing well with it, keep doing it. You know, I've never done it that way, so I've never even tried to do it that way or even thought about doing it that way or had confidence doing it that way. So I just never even tried it. The only way I've ever done it was to it's developed into what's called now the timing technique, but it's just the way my brain always worked. Like as soon as I saw the drop, I would only, even from the drops back in when Nightwing first dropped, I forget exactly the drop style back then, but I still wasn't spamming away. I would just try to go just time it as soon as whatever the time was. It's always been just the original way. So for me, Sun Eater, I prefer the timing, but again, that's just my own style, my own preference. It's almost like a golf swing, baseball swing. If you like doing it a different way and you like spamming away and that's working for you, keep doing it. A lot of people like to even do the Brave Gate on a lot of drops. Shout out to the Vault. I know he's been big on that. Shout out to everybody else too. I don't know who came up with what technically. So if anybody came up with whatever technique, you know, definitely drop it in the chat. I'll give them a shout out. But I just feel like for me, that's just always been my preference, the way I like doing it. There's so many people out there who, you know, do the drops different ways, and whichever way works for you, I would say keep doing it. Hey, the 928 Mickey hat. Wow, Doc Hollywood. I think that is a great one. Now, when you have special mint numbers like that, it's a little bit tough to gauge like how much you put it out there for sale, etc. And it may not sell right away. Things like that, low mints or special mint numbers, it may not be as liquidable as a floor price type mint, but there is a market for it. So just because it doesn't sell in a day, 2 days, you know, maybe even a week if the market's kind of low, don't be discouraged just because there is a market for it. People will buy it. It just may not be liquid right away. So if 928 is definitely a good one, I feel like, for Disney. Let's go, Miss Rose. Hopefully you're able to get one today, Miss Rose. Good luck. If you just start clicking fast from 10 seconds until the buy button pops up, I'm pretty sure that's basically what the spam technique is, especially with this drop since the buy now button's already there. I'm still going to try to time it. Again, I think people just try to, you know, spam away with the buy now. I never did it that way. It's funny because that's kind of the reason why I even started live streaming these drops is because I was crushing the drops. I was doing really well in the drops. But I was only doing it my way. I thought everybody was doing the drops this way. I didn't even know there was another way to do a drop. That's what I mean. I didn't even think about spamming it. I've only done it like one click, and I was crushing the drops. I got the Secret Rare Spider-Man. I got the Secret Rare Captain America. And I only went for those Secret Rares because I was doing so well in the drops. After Season 1. Season 1, I struggled big time with the drops. But Season 2, after the first Comic-Con, that's when that's when I started doing really well. But basically, I mean, I like to try to time it. I feel like for the buy now, I was just about to say something, but I forgot where I was heading with this conversation. If we just start clicking fast from 10 seconds till the buy now button pops up. Like I said, I never did it that way. Like you can keep spamming away, but for me, I like to just try to time it. I'm going to go over one more time. You got 42 seconds left. I'm going to act like there's 0 minutes left with this example. If you want to spam away and you've been doing well, keep crushing it that way. This is just for, I try to, what I was going to say is I started streaming because I started getting all these drops and I saw someone else. I forgot who I saw. Maybe it was just one of the other influencers out there. They start spamming away and I was like, what are they doing? And I realized everybody else is spamming away on the drops. I'm like, I don't do the drops anything like they were doing. So let me try maybe live streaming and showing people what I do. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Might have been perfect timing right there. And it kind of zoomed or it got laggy or not laggy. It got blurry. But just try to think instead of waiting until 0 is gone, like I'm going to say buy now pops up for this example, but we obviously know buy now is not going to pop up because it's already up. But basically, instead of seeing buy now pop up and then click, try to start before it's clickable. Because by the time your thumb gets from here to there, it's going to be perfect timing. Because it takes a little bit of time to actually click. Even though you do it so fast, it feels like you're not wasting any time. Let me see if I can show you what I would do here by saying it out loud. Maybe you can see like how I click. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. By now, I think that would have been perfect timing right there. Again, for this one, I don't want to be early. I want to be a tad bit late, but I think it's gonna sell out right away. So it's gonna be hard either way for this drop, I think. Moon, I can't see these emojis. Looks like a mailbox. I'm not sure what these emojis are. When do you think all this bot and stuff will disappear? Ape Cardi, I'm not too sure. I don't have a time frame on it exactly when I think it's going to go away. I think it's going to happen like slowly over time. I don't think we're going to wake up one day and it's all gone. I think it's going to be a slow process. But I could be wrong. Maybe we do wake up one day and it's just all gone. I have a feeling, no, it's just going to take a little bit of time to go, take time to happen. Kind of like a slow process. I don't think it's just going to be like a one day overnight type thing. Virtual hug. Let's go. For real. Timing like Johnny does give me the most luck. And see, this is like my whole process of it. You ready? The way I think about it is the reason why it's not a guaranteed thing is because you got to think if there's tens of thousands of people hitting it exactly how you are, perfect timing, it's not going to be able to give that addition to all those tens of thousands of people. So I'm thinking it's probably like a queue system. Like anybody who times it perfect is probably put in a queue and then it gets the collectible or comic gets randomly distributed to those people. So that's why I feel like the more you can time it perfectly, consistent wise, it just gives you a better chance at getting it more frequently. That's why you'll see me hit it, feel like I got it, and then sometimes I don't get it because I just probably didn't get that distributed to me. I probably time it so perfect so many times in a row to where that's why it seems like I get it every drop. But there's plenty of times where I time it right and I still don't get it. That's just kind of my theory on it. I don't know if that's the 100% the case or not, but what? I don't know why I say that. Simone. Hey, let's go. Taking those HRO profits in the VeVe. Let's go. Shout out to everybody doing well over there. It's one of those things where I said right away, I got a feeling it's probably going to be one of those projects where people, capitalize on the profits, take that, using the more VeVe NFTs, more OMI, which, absolutely, if you can do that, pull it off, go for it. That's why I said, there's nothing wrong with diversifying. Just for me personally, it's one of those things that I didn't really find that interesting to me. But again, that's just, my own preference. Tons of platforms out there that pop up that, interest a lot of people, may not interest everybody. And that's okay too. I root for everybody over there. There's a lot of VeVe fam over there collecting, so I hope they do well. I want to see the VeVe fam do well anywhere they go. But for me, VeVe's my baby. I love VeVe so much. I think VeVe's the best platform in the world. I'm always gonna just do VeVe content. I think also you'll start to see the sentiment kind of change once the market starts picking up in VeVe. But it's one of those things too where you start to look at it and say, people are collecting on VeVe. People are holding these for life over here on VeVe. I think a lot of these projects that pop up, a lot of times people use for more cash, more profits to go into the projects that they really do love and really do want to collect. And I'm sure people are going to collect over on different platforms too, but I think there's a drastic difference in what people are using, trying to find ways to find more profits for certain things. But I think every place in this whole digital collecting, environment is going to have a place for something. So will this stay above retail? I'm not too sure, J.O. I think it will, but I'm not 100% positive. Doc Hollywood, yeah, the 928. Yeah, I think those are good ones in. JD, add gems now. I tried this and took big L. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, Punch. I've never tried it, and I've heard so many people, miss out on big collectibles too, unfortunately. I've heard stories with Walt. People got the Walt, couldn't add gems in the time. So, I've never had this experience, so I want to make sure that, I just have it at least one time doing it. This is a drop to where if I get it, amazing. If I don't get it, that's okay too. So I do want to at least have some experience with this, so I just want to try it. How many people would come out to see Johnny Dunn in a live event? Let me know. Taking names for a special VIP for May 2022. Let's go. Punch, I appreciate you big time too for setting this up. I still got more questions to ask you, but yeah, let's find out from the chat how many people would want to come out. Tell them where it is too, Punch. Let them know where it is. Because I feel like this would be awesome. I've only hit like 5 drops. I'm trying to figure out what works best for me still. Sun Eater. That's the thing. You try, I would say definitely try to do things that on drops that you don't love, drops that you don't think are the biggest or that you don't love the most. Maybe try a different style and just to get a little taste, maybe a feel for it. Maybe you end up loving this new style. Maybe you decide that's not for you and you'd rather just stick to whatever has been working. So, Sun Eater, hopefully you do well today. I don't enjoy hanging out with people in person. Well then, Jerry, guess what? This whole digital collecting community experience is going to be great for you then. The whole metaverse experience, that's going to be perfect for you if you don't like hanging out with people in the real world. And you're going to love, not being, having to be around people in the real world with the whole metaverse. I was spamming, and I think timing it's better option. It's one of those things, users, where I always say it's probably a little bit maybe better but riskier with the timing technique because you're doing it manually. You're still, spamming it manually, but I feel like you have a little bit more control with the timing. But with more control comes, a greater possibility with error, meaning so much easier to click it too early, click it too late, miss the buy now button. I've done all of these before. So spamming it, I feel like a little bit less risky, but a little bit less control too. That's the part that I love about it is that you get one chance, one shot. Sometimes you shank it. I've done it in real life, done it on VeVe, completely messed up the drop. Whether you do it too early, late, miss the buy now button, too excited, you go too early. All things can happen when you just try to time it once. But I do like that strategy a little bit better. You got Robin J. Hey, putting together a special collaborative effort to promote VeVe and showcase collectibles on large screens for everyone to see the superior quality in these digital collectibles. Punch, I like that idea a lot. Where is this going to be? You say Miami in Florida? Is that where you said it was? Why do I feel like Miami is where it is? Well done yesterday. Saw you got one. Nothing this side in Asia. Oh, Henry. I appreciate that. Yesterday was crazy. I didn't even expect to finish that set. I was really just going to probably get, a common, uncommon, and just call it wraps. I do have the first set or the first series of this collection. And I always feel like the series 1 is going to be the biggest. So I was fortunate able to lock that one in. But because I got the ultra rare on this drop, I was like, wow, you know what? I got to complete it now. So I completed the set of the Mickey Mouse NFT collection, series 2. That series is going to be a big deal for sure. Right now, I'm in the situation where kind of feels stuck almost. I got some good dupes, amazing dupes actually, but I don't want to get rid of them just yet. They're almost like too good to get rid of them. Someone just commented. On the video yesterday, the person wrote, "Of course you got one. Of course." I wrote back, "Yep," and a lot of others I help on stream every drop did too. Someone replied, "All ping, let's be honest." Well, buddy, if that was the case, Mike, I wish it was because everybody with low ping would be doing amazing on these drops. Let's run a speed test right now. VeVe just tweeted. I'm going to retweet them. Getting there first. Let's go. 30-minute warning. All right, speed test. I had a pretty high ping last drop or last time. Well, high for me. Usually, I've had as low as like 9 milliseconds. Some people have like 3 or 4 ping and they still don't get the drop, which that's the part that confuses me. I don't have a perfect remedy for these drops, but I feel like I can kind of use my experience to feel out why some people get it, why some people don't. But sometimes I just don't have an answer. Sometimes, and that's the time where I feel helpless. Let's go. Today is really fast. I should be able to get one probably. If it's all about the ping. You have 338 upload, 36 download. Or did I just say that reverse? Yep. 338 download, 36 upload, and 9 milliseconds is my latency. I've had it as high as like 17 before and as low as like 7 or 9. So it's definitely really low right now. Looks like it's running pretty fast. 28 minutes, 44 seconds to the drop. Spamming doesn't work today. Oh, okay. So spamming doesn't work today. Interesting. Ooh, Brandon Jacobs. How come you floored the C3PO? I think Star Wars is going to be a good one. Maybe you're just looking for some liquidity. Oh, unfortunate. There's a website where you can practice this tap gate. Yes, absolutely, Brandon Jacobs. Shout out to Nexus, and it's wonderful. I'm not sure what their website is, if it's like tapgate.io, I believe it is. I'm not positive on that website, but I'm pretty sure if I remember, that's what it is. Tapgate.io. Let me know in the chat if that's the case. I believe it is. Also, there's another one. A person from the community, not sure, made up one as well. Will this go above retail? Aurora. Aurora. I hope I said that name right. I'm not too positive. I think it will right away. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe in the short term gets hurt again. Just because the overall market sentiment isn't the highest right now. But I'm not positive. Not positive. Knight Rider is more popular internationally. Makes sense. And because of that, it may not be the most sought after right away. Because again, this is so early, guys, to where VeVe's not even being, you can't even read the VeVe app in different languages just yet. So when you're in different countries, like just imagine this. Put yourself in, the shoes of someone else in a different country right now, or who just speaks a different language that the VeVe app's not in just yet. Maybe you found the VeVe app and you absolutely love it, right? Well, you don't love it because you don't know what it is. You found the VeVe app, everyone's talking about it. You open the VeVe app and you can't even read it. You're not going to invest thousands or hundreds of dollars in an app that you can't read just yet. So once the localization happens and this VeVe app is being able to be read in different languages, different countries across the world, that's when I expect, another huge catalyst to happen. That's going to be a different level. Right now, this is so early to where people say all the time, this is BC, this is VeVe BC, before crypto. This is before the masses. Yeah, shout out to NFW. It's wonderful. Pineapple Gang. Him and Nexus teamed up, I believe. Very popular in Switzerland and England. Yep, Knight Rider. So good question. Knight Rider, I hope you get this Knight Rider drop. So funny yesterday on the stream. You knew it right away. As soon as they put that tweet out, I'm probably going to snip it. I'm probably going to make a snippet of the video or the live stream the other day of when, as soon as VeVe tweeted out, you commented and said, that's from Knight Rider. I was like, wow, what is happening right now? Knight Rider just said it's from Knight Rider. It has to be. So I know you're a big fan. That's amazing. So you deserve this drop. I really hope you get this one. Wow, you can tap like on a blind box drop if you click on series. Let's see. Let's see. Whoa, you're right. Whoa, Knight Rider. I feel so weird calling you Knight Rider because this drops Knight Rider right now. Wow, this is crazy. All right, so, fam, what should we do here? I didn't know this was actually a thing. This is crazy. All right, so this is the store screen. Let me show you. Let me back out from the very beginning. Store tab, go in here. You get the buy now button like this. This is what it usually looks like. You know, if we just have one drop, one solo collectible, it's just the buy now button's already up. But Knight Rider just made a good point. If you come down to here, you click on the series, it's going to bring you to the blind box collectible drop site. Like, what? Which drop should I do it from? Nobody's going to be doing it on this one, that's for sure. Wow. This is crazy. I'm going to comment because there's probably like no comments in this one. There's only 16 comments. This is like a hidden. Once I start my Discord up, because that's going to be starting soon, y'all. There's another thing that I've been doing recently that I definitely feel like has been helping with followers. And I think I'm going to put that alpha in there. Giving that free game out, you know, every day. I feel like I want to reserve some game for my most loyal people out there. This is crazy. I wonder. All right, we got 22 minutes to the drop. I'm still torn. I don't know which one I should do it on. Chris Infinity. I got a little bag. I think I'm gonna pick up a little bit more recent or soon, I should say. I've been just putting a little bit more money into VeVe lately, but I think it's about time I get a little bit more OMI. And I do have a mill just because I wanted to at least solidify that. And my theory was I'm using a lot of my NFTs, a lot of my collectibles on VeVe. I plan to list for OMI. That's kind of my game plan on how I stack my OMI bag. But I think you can't go wrong with either one of them. Yeah, fact season 3 OG. And I mean, I'm sure there's going to be room for others out there, you know, other platforms to do great. I'm sure they're going to have their own little niches out there. But I still think that VeVe is just going to be the overall leader in the whole NFT space. But again, that's just my opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinion. I love VeVe the most. It's funny because I've been hearing lately that the narrative has been kind of changing. A lot of people are thinking Johnny's just not even just thinking. I've been hearing people say a lot of people are saying Johnny's just promoting VeVe because he's all in. It's like, wow, it's crazy how people just want to paint narratives to, you know, for whatever reason, right? If they did their research, I talked about this on the live stream the other day. They actually did a little bit of the research, you know, and actually got educated. They would understand and they would know that I was promoting VeVe. I was saying VeVe is the best platform in the world before I even bought my first VeVe NFT. That's how Gary Vee found it. From March 1st, 2nd, comments, you know, promoting everywhere. Check out VeVe, best NFT platform in the world. I didn't buy my first VeVe NFT until March 3rd. Finally, when I could get the funds together. So this narrative that people are painting that Johnny's just all in. That's why he's promoting VeVe so much. It's like, no, I've been promoting VeVe before I even spent $1 on VeVe. That's how much I knew VeVe was going to be where it's at today. And it's still just beginning. People were making fun of me, laughing at me for buying Todd McFarlane Batman, saying 7,500 editions was too many. When I'm over here saying, no, VeVe's going to have hundreds of thousands of users soon. People are just laughing. I was like, well, well, Season 3 OG. I agree, big time. Smash that like button, fam. Bless the chat. Bless the chat. Got my first ultra rare drop yesterday, then completed the set on the market. Oh man, your IP's blocked. Interesting. Space Ben. Now I'm wondering if it's because you might have bought some of those NFTs from bot accounts or fake accounts, etc. I'm not sure if that's the reason or not, but that's why I always say try your best to buy from a real person. I know it can be hard at times, but if you can try, I feel like it's definitely going to help. How do you feel about HRO? I think it'll do well. I got that question asked, probably I would say early to mid March. And I said the same thing. I bet it's probably going to do well. Anytime you're licensed with big brands, you got a chance to do really well. I said before, I think that this is just the standard. What digital collecting from your favorite brands of all time, I believe is just going to be the standard. I believe there's going to be tons of platforms over time that come out with licensed NFTs or NFTs licensed by brands. It's just going to be kind of like how in the early days of digital music streaming transitioned from CDs into digital streaming. We had the Wild Wild West, Napster, LimeWire days. You had some good stuff and a lot of everything on those platforms. That transitioned into what? Premium licensed digital music collections. And so you had a bunch of, platforms pop up, but there's a main one, right? Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes. That's what VeVe is. VeVe is that main premium licensed digital collection experience. And so I believe there's going to be other platforms. Pandora's out there. You got Tidal. Same thing with social media companies. You have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's how I see VeVe. And then you have a whole bunch of different platforms. And I'm sure other platforms are going to have their niches and have their little, they're going to have success too, probably just because it's a huge space and it's just developing. But I'm not one to just, hop on the next new big trend. I believe in VeVe because, well, I could just ramble on. That could be a whole different video. I could make a hour-long video of why I believe in VeVe. I could just talk about it the whole time. But it's one of those things where I just laugh when people say they try to paint a new narrative now, saying Johnny just always talks about VeVe because he's all in. No. I believe VeVe's the best. That's why I went all in. So when you hear that narrative being painted, kind of have to look at who's saying that and wonder why are they saying that, Hey, absolutely. Yeah, and Punch, I think that's a good idea for a lot of people, If you want to go out there, use it as another way to make some income. I see that happening with other platforms too. A lot of people hopped on TVK to make some income. A lot of people hopped on Recur to try to make some extra income. A lot of people hopped on OpenSea to try to make some extra income. A lot of people hopped on autograph.io to try to make some extra income. DraftKings NFTs. If you want to hop on different platforms to try to make some extra cash, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just, a lot of platforms that pop up. Sometimes, they may not interest me, and that's okay too. Yeah, definitely. Heard that Chasing Sundays has been busy for a lot of people. I want to hear in the chat which way should I go? Should I go for the blind box drop or the store drop? I guess you could say. I tend to slice it more than shank it, but I get your analogy. All right, so Zachary Roy, if you're a slicer, you probably already know what you can do to fix it. Maybe close the club face a little bit. Maybe put that ball up in your stance a little bit more. Also, I don't know if you play baseball at all, but for me, baseball was like my favorite sport. So it's like a flip of a switch in my head of golf, baseball. When I go from baseball to golf, I'll usually slice it because I'm trying to have my hands inside the ball like a baseball swing, hit the ball up the middle. But when golf, that's going to create that slice. So when I'm playing golf, I have to like flip a switch and try to think, let me roll over a little bit. Think of hitting a line drive to the third baseman. So that way you're like overcompensating, and then that'll kind of straighten out your golf swing. That's what's helped me big time. That's the way I think of it, at least. Exactly, user. So you were the person with 4 ping, and so that's what I mean. I feel like all that kind of stuff probably helps, but if you don't time it right, that's not going to matter at all. Miami, New York City, LA, Dallas. Oh, you said Dallas earlier. Okay, that's right. Yeah, punch. I love this idea a lot. Ooh, oh man, it's a tough one. I would say maybe if it was Pluto, yeah. First edition, highly sought after Disney character though. I would still say Mickey Mouse NFT collection series 1 and 2. Even 3. The first 3 are probably going to be untouchable, in my opinion. Here we go. They only prioritize influencer accounts though, only when we get the drop, right? When we don't get the drop, they didn't prioritize our accounts that day, I guess. Yeah, all good, brother. Fantastic adventures. Yeah, and I mean that's okay too. I understand that. Trying to get something when you can't get the VeVe drop, can't get the other drop. It's like, what's going on? I completely understand. What's going on, Ivy? How we doing, fam? Good luck on the drop today. I know, Ivy, you've been crushing it on the drops. I hope your luck continues today. Oh man, Knight Rider, you asked some great questions, man. Black Panther Ultra Rare or Mickey Ultra Rare? So Black Panther, big time superhero that's gaining a lot of more demand, popularity. It's the first appearance and not the first appearance of Mickey Mouse Ultra Rare. I would still say Mickey Mouse, just because it's at top rarity and because Mickey Mouse has such a big popularity, such a demand, Disney. Black Panther is huge though. And if you said Black Panther secret rare, I may go with that secret rare. It's tough for me to pick the ultra rare since there is a secret rare in there and it's still a Black Panther first appearance. Mickey Mouse ultra rare. That's a tough question, Knight Rider. Wow. That's a tough one right there, man. I mean, once we start seeing series 5, 6, 7, these first couple Mickey Mouse NFT collection series are going to be crazy. Yeah, I agree. This is 100% Gardner. It's one of those things, too, where I talk about the timing. People are like, dude, it's not all skill. I'm like, I know it's not. So I agree with this. It takes probably a lot of luck and probably a little bit of skill, a little bit of paying, a little bit of the phone, a little bit of the internet. It's probably a little bit of everything and a lot of luck, too. That's why I would say it's kind of like poker, like poker, Texas Hold'em. It's not all luck. It's not all skill. You need a combination, a little bit of both, And especially with this, definitely think phone, internet stuff, location probably has somewhat of an impact too. But yeah. So you can add in gems anytime. You just can't transfer gems, Nevaeh. Let's go. Punch winning most of the collectibles with spamming technique. Yeah, I mean, you might be able to be honest. There's 9,500 editions. I don't think the popularity of this one is there overall in the community right now. But long term, I definitely think it'll be above retail. Short term, I'm not 100% positive. Oh man, Nevaeh, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's why it's definitely a risk. They say you can go for the drop and add gems if you get it, but there's also a risk that you may not get it because it may crash, etc. So let's go. JD is the perfect person to promote and speak about VeVe. If y'all agree, press the like button. Smash the like button one time. Let's go. Yeah. I think there's a lot of big fans of Knight Rider. I just don't think there's the number of fans are here just yet. I think the fans are pretty big fans of them. We got Ken Penguin, we got James Phelan. How we doing, brothers? How we doing? Yeah, did you ever figure this one out, Jabe? Yeah. Maybe I'll try to reach out to a team member for you, Jabe, and just see if they can get on the situation as quick as possible. Jabe, if you can Instagram DM me your VeVe username, And then after a live stream, I'll try to help you out, brother. I think it's a bot trap. You won't get anything from there. I tried it before, but don't remember it well. Let's go. Not going to lie. I'm sad watching this past 2 month marketplace full of bots. Yeah, Jabe, it's frustrating. I know the team's frustrated too. Well, I would imagine the team's frustrated too after the statement they put out and everything. It's one of those things where I think they're going to, I think they're doing a great job at probably working to get this issue solved, because if the botters out there are coming out public and talking about the issue, that was a red flag to me, saying that something's off here. VeVe team's probably doing a good job at getting to them. So they feel the need to kind of come out and say how good they're doing, because I feel like if they were doing that great, they would just keep doing it silently. But we'll see what happens. I got trust in the VeVe team. And things probably won't be fixed right away overnight. Things take time. Narratives need evidence. And that's the thing, people just paint narratives because they're miserable or whatever. They're trying to pull other people down to make themselves feel better. And, we all know life doesn't work that way. So let's go, Miss Rose. Hopefully you get it. If you want this drop, hopefully it does well as well, too. As well. Hopefully it does well. December. You need this drop, too. But if it goes under retail, maybe you'd be better off if you didn't get it. Price prediction. I'm just going to go for the regular way, I think. Yeah, I think the artwork on those cards look good. Yeah. JD, the 2 different drop sites you showed are not both where you can buy. You can buy the car only from the drop site that shows the first. The blind box drop site is the one buy now, don't appear. Oh, wow. So, okay. So the buy now won't appear on that one? I've never tried it like that. Like go through. Usually if it's on this screen, then it's like once you go to the store page, if it's not on this screen at the store page, then it probably, I guess the buy now button won't pop up. Could you imagine if I'm sitting here and the buy now just it doesn't open up on that one? I'm just going to go into the regular one. Store tab here and just do it this way. And again, if I get this drop, I'm going to have to add in the gems. Yeah, Dexter, let me know. I don't really have a confident price prediction for this one. I don't think it's going to do amazing right away. I think short term, it could kind of, people may be let down short term, but long term, I think it's going to do fine. Do you think it's interactive? If it is, that'd be interesting. Oh, man. I pounded out an angry tweet. Oh, man, it happens, Ivy, so don't feel too bad. Yeah, definitely feels like a good time to do Brave Gate if you guys want to do that. I think this is the opportunity to do that when you only have one collectible. Pretty limited amount. Anything less than 10,000 these days, I feel like it's pretty limited. 9,500. I feel like if you want to skip the buy now and try to just go for those rebounds, wouldn't be a bad idea, I feel like, on this one. I'm just going to go for the store, the regular store tab. Exactly. Yep, no giveaways, at least for now. I think it's just temporarily disabled. Yeah, that's big time right there. That's amazing to see. I think it's just the beginning to see utility for Omi all over the place. What up, BDK? Is it worth it? Is it worth it, Kit? He's huge in Germany. Good to know. Hey, not coming for the drop or practicing my JD time. And that's the key right there, Eric Nolan. Glad to see it. I think that's one of the things that you should do. Even if you don't get this drop, should at least try working on the timing. Like I look at it almost like a sports athlete, you know. Kobe Bryant, you know, RIP to Kobe out there. Legend. You see him at 5 a.m. practicing in the morning, shooting free throws. He knows how to make a free throw, but he's still gonna just work on it. So I feel like this is the same thing, just work on the timing. If that's the case for you, BDK, you know, I would probably try to do I would close the app and then open it back up and then see if you get in that way. Sometimes that happens. 4 minutes. Also popular in the Netherlands. Oh, good to know. Good to know. That's what I mean. I think this will do fine because I think it is a, you know, a pretty popular brand show series. I thought this was the Easy Rider movie right away. I got that confused with the name. Yeah, DG Vet. I think that's what may upset a lot of people if it's not animated, if it's not drivable right away. Interesting Super Rush. If your Wi-Fi got banned, I mean, I would definitely make support tickets about this if anyone had an issue. Don't make too many support tickets, but just make one of them. Let the team know. Also, I heard maybe reset your router. That could do it. Maybe not this second because there's only 3 minutes left. So you may be rushing around last second. But after this drop, I would say try to reset your router. That could probably help the issue. Yes, I'm praying. I'm praying for December. And Miss Rose too. And Willow and Kelvin, if they're tuned in today. Joshua, honestly, I'm just going to wait for the boss list of 80 gems. You know, I always say try not to buy from them. Try to buy from real people. But again, you know, it's kind of hard to say don't buy something cheaper. My buddy just asked me a question. Shout out to VeVe Chusk, Tyler Gear. He just said sold one of his comics, Harriet or Mulan. He wants to get one of the House of Cards. I said Harriet Tubman. But again, maybe I'm biased. I do have a Harriet Tubman. I think that is one of the best animations. I think they're all going to do great, though. I'm a big fan of the House of Cards. Good drop or okay? I'm not too sure, Gary Lamoda. I don't think this one's going to do, you know, crazy numbers right away, but we'll see what happens. Wow, let's go. Shout out to El Che putting the power band on, the power balance. Let's go, power balance gate. Got to get the energy flowing, you know what I mean? This is what does it right here. It doesn't say static like the other ones, and it could be. Could you imagine that surprise if this one is animated, if it is drivable one day? Ooh, if it's animated, it'll probably be drivable one day. Not a bad idea, season 3 OG. Clean up one marketplace, aisle one, please. Wow, weird, Super Rush. You tune into the Johnny Dunn live stream and everything's working again. The magic. I'm not positive on that punch. It's just what everybody said, so I don't want to take that chance. I'm just gonna. This is the screen that I'm gonna do the drop on today. You know, we got the store tab. Oh, not the collection tab. I know a lot of people have probably been having issues with their showrooms not opening. I know I have been. Just be patient with that. It's one of those things where I can't get into any of these showrooms, but because they'll just crash. This is the one I want to get into so bad. I need to finish the House of Cards art gallery. But we're in the store tab. This is the screen that we're going to be on right here. I usually don't bookmark it. I did that by accident. And I was trying to show you guys how I... What? Oh my gosh. That really just happened. I just missed the drop. And I almost just timed that so perfectly still. Oh my gosh. Wow, fam. We just missed a drop. My computer says a minute early. Oh, my computer is always a minute early and a day early too. Oh my gosh. I knew that was bound to happen one day. And it's sold out. Oh my gosh. All right, well. Did anybody get it? I can't believe I just missed a drop. Can you? I almost literally got that at the exact point. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to rewatch this live stream because I think I almost timed it perfectly. I'm gonna rewatch this real quick. Can you believe that? Let's look forward to all those remarkable moments. I got a dub, but I'm broke. If you time the right, I mean, the bots won again. So it sold out immediately, it looks like, because let's go. I can't believe that just happened though. I usually don't bookmark it. That by accident. I'm just trying to show you guys how it. What? Oh my god. I noticed like it like flashed when I was on it. I usually don't bookmark it. That by accident. I said what? Well, that's the worst feeling in the world. Just shows you I get carried away talking to you guys and I just missed a drop. That was bound to happen. I've been so close, but I got distracted from your text. I'm blaming my boy VeVe Chusk right now. I said, dude, you texted me 3 minutes to go. Bro, you texted me 3 minutes before the drop. I'm sitting here replying back to you on stream, and then I missed the drop. Oh my gosh. I'm blaming my buddy. Oh my god, I just wanted to go for it. That's terrible. At least we got some dubs though. All right, I'm rooting for this one to go over retail at least. Wow, 98. Let's go. Sub 100. That's gonna automatically have value. I can't believe I missed it. Good thing it wasn't the most important drop. That's wild. I can't believe that just happened. Let's go. At least we got some dubs. I'm pretty upset this just happened. I mean, shout out to everybody who at least just went for it. Even if you didn't confirm the purchase. I mean, I want to at least go for it. It could in the short term. I still think it's going to be solid long term. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Robin J, I was so focused with you, I forgot about it. This is gonna be an iconic, historic drop. I've been saying for a while because I've gotten close sometimes, but I've never actually forgot about it or got distracted enough. Oh my god. This is one I wanted to practice too because we haven't had a drop like this in a while. So I wanted to at least practice it. I got one on enough gems. This is what I want to do. I mean, shout out to you for at least getting a local scalper. I mean, I want to at least go for it. Let's go. And it's animated. Let's go. Shout out to all you guys. can't believe that just happened. Dumb and how to add gems. Let's go, shooter. I mean, if it goes under floor price, again, I think that's just an opportunity in the short term. Things that are under retail don't always stay under retail. During common. I'm going to take a snippet of this video because this was going to be a hilarious video. Can't get into any of these but because it'll just crash. We're in the store tab. This is the screen that we're going to be over here. I usually don't bookmark it. I did that by accident. I was trying to show you guys how I. What? The what? Oh my gosh. It really just happened. I just missed a drop. And I still almost got it. Oh my god. Could you imagine? Oh my god. Interesting. Wow, Punch, that's amazing. That's probably why it's $120, you know? Let's see what it looks like. This is one, like I said, if it goes under retail, it's probably just going to be an opportunity. Big. Look at the inside of it, too. Looks amazing. I think it looks pretty cool. I can't believe. He said he's gonna flip it right away. Man, VeVe Chusk, my boy. Don't be calling or DM me. It's drop time. Drew NFTV, timed it perfect, still L. Here's the thing. If you timed it perfect and still took L, don't get discouraged. Try using that timing for the next drop. Like I said, it's not a guaranteed method, flawless method, but the consistency of timing it perfect each drop. That's the key right there. If it does go under 120, I may try to get it because I think that would just be an opportunity. Let's go. And a good mint number 2. Let's go, Kelvin. 4114. Let's go, Josh B. Sub 1000. Let's go, J Kill. 65 was amazing. Oh my gosh. This is 2 people. 2 people I unfortunately got to miss the drop. I owe you guys one. Green Goblin. I am so sorry, guys. It's unbelievable. I knew that was going to happen one day, but I'm going to tweet this one out. This one's going to be hilarious. is unbelievable. Let's go, season 3 OG. Oh, solid move. You got it, but just didn't get it. Okay. I'm not going to repost that one, season 3 OG, just because people are going to be like, dude, why didn't you buy it? But solid move getting that one, man. Shout out to Riley Pie. Let's go, Ed Feely. Nailed it. Ian Devine. Let's go. A lot of green trucks. Shout out. Let's go, Lee Wong. This is hilarious. This is the screen that we're going to be on right here. I said, imagine if I still hit this drop, everyone would have lost it. Let's go. Things that make you go, Don Hyen. Let's see. What did he just say before this? Don, what makes you go, Did you miss today? Rich J got one. Oh, Robin J.A. I'm so sorry. Robin J.A. and Green Goblin. I owe you guys a giveaway. I think long term it'll do fine. Short term, I'm not positive. I should go for rebounds or at least try. But it's sold out on me. It's sold out. And I didn't bring it up in other tabs like you guys said I should have. I am going to do that next time, though. User, thank you for reminding me that. Shout out to the Vault for that idea. Yeah, Rich J. I will. Shout out to you, Austin. Punch wins huge. Yeah, Punch. That's amazing. Shout out to you and that number, man. Triple twos. Yeah, definitely. Just previewed a little bit. I'm kind of behind on these. Excuse me, comments. It is animated. I'll trade for a wall. When you open the doors, tap the console and he talks. Okay, cool. Let me try it. Or is that the noise that he was making when he was talking? Let's see. Details inside the car look amazing too.
Yes, well, don't you think you should pre-program me in the event you don't return?
Let's go.
I am the voice of Night Industry 2000's microprocessor, K.I.T.T for easy reference, KIT if you prefer.
Let's go.
Michael, that was no accident. I believe it's time for a strategic withdrawal, Michael. I beg your pardon. I am the voice of Night Industry 2000's microprocessor, K.I.T.T for easy reference, KIT if you prefer.
I guarantee you. Wow, yeah, details look amazing. Look at the car details in here. Yeah, it looks amazing. Man, I can't believe that happened today. I knew that was bound to happen. Yeah, shout out to you, Punch. We'll do a giveaway another time soon. Yeah, definitely just hit that. Shout out to Dubes, Pat Cassidy. No way. Let's go. All right, this one I hope just does crazy numbers. I hope I was completely wrong about my predictions and everything. December got the rebound. I hope this one goes to $1,000. Just played it. Yep, it talks. Shout out to you for using the spam tap. Got a dub. Man, Green Goblin. Oh, man. Robin J.A. I feel bad. I can't believe that really happened today. I'm about to post it on Twitter soon. Oh, you said you were going for rebounds. Okay, yeah. I should. But my buy now went away, so I can't. I probably could just go back every 4 minutes, but really the opportunity to go for rebounds is when that buy now button is still up. Then you can go for rebounds. If this is under retail, I may have to just add some gems and buy it in the secondary because I do like this one. And if it's under retail, I think that's an opportunity. Joshua Tran, dub. If it's drivable, it's going for big gems. And see, that's the thing. Noble Map. I do believe that every car, every vehicle will be drivable someday. So I definitely think it will be. Yep. So that's one way to do it. Like every 4 minutes, go back, boom, and just hope it's there. I'll try it on the next 4 minute attempt. It was 11:20, so in 3 more minutes. I'll try to go hard on this next rebound. Let me bring up a clock. Before, when I would do rebounds, I would do it a split second early. But because, Vault gave me an idea, probably do it right on time because since my phone's so fast. So instead of doing it like a split second like most people would, I'm just going to try to time it right on the 4 minute mark. JD doesn't seem to want it. I mean, I have 6 gems right now. 664 is my gem account. I would have to add gems if I want to buy it. I am going to go for this rebound, though. So, in about a minute and a half. Yep, 5 different voices, DG Vet. Let me look on Twitter real quick. Gail replied with, "You tagged all the OGs who already know that." I think it's good though sometimes just to, maybe some people forgot. Hey, Jones finally got a rare for the first time. Let's go. Let's see if I can back out and come back in. Oh my god, I got it. Oh man. I didn't. All auditions have been allocated. But my buy now button did come back. J East. Did you get one? Facts, sub 100. Can't believe I missed the drop. Let's go. So it's already drivable? That's amazing. I like the license plate too. California and says night. Yeah, I think this will be a good one. Wi-Fi block still got 105G. Let's go. Shout out to Space Ben. I'm gonna tweet out. This is the screen that we're gonna be on right here. I usually don't bookmark it. I did that by accident. I was trying to show you guys how I. What? Oh my gosh! I just tweeted it. Shout out to you, BDK. Happy birthday, brother. Still can't believe that just happened. Hey, shout out to Christmas. Let's go. I'm gonna charge you double in VeVe for this one. Oh man. Shout out to Christmas. Shout out to everyone who landed this one. I think this one will do well. Again, like I said, if this comes out under retail in the short term, I think that's just an opportunity. Again, things don't usually stay under retail. If they do, it's not usually long. Let's go. Alex got one. A lot of people are excited that it's drivable. Again, anything that's animated, I believe, will be drivable. Either in the future or right now or whatever the case may be. Market should open up in about 5 more minutes. Saying how many dubs I've seen. VeVe killed all the bots. Now, people thought that last time too, that last drop. And obviously the market opened up and there's a lot of accounts in there. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be an overnight shift and change, but I think gradually we'll start to see definitely a big impact, a big effect of what they've been doing. Guess you got the buy now button, 20 minutes going for 24. It's at the 24 now, so I just missed that one. So Josh B, once you open up the doors on the car, tap on like the desk, like the front, like where the radio would be. Like once you open it, once you open the door.
Kit signing off. Michael, that was no accident. I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor, K.I.T.T for easy reference, Kit if you prefer.
It's pretty
Yes,
sweet.
well, don't you think you should pre-program me in the event you don't return? I beg your pardon.
Another thing is too, I've been saying since day one, we're gonna get to the point where people will be like customizing the rims, the tires, paint jobs on cars. All that stuff's gonna be burning Omi. People are gonna be changing the outfits on like dolls and different characters. We haven't even got to any of this stuff just yet. This is so early still to where people are tripping when they say VeVe's done, VeVe's finished. I heard that since day one. I've seen people leave and come back and leave and come back. It's just we're at the early stages of all this still. JD, if you go to Rogers drop, you can see that buy now button doesn't appear on blindbox page because it's a solo drop. Good to know. Good to know. Why didn't they say this was animated? Secrets down with the bots and cheaters. It's been a minute. Absolutely, Punch. And see, that's a good thing. Anytime they kind of put in kind of low key surprises like that, one, it's a good thing because the people who are really into this brand, the people who are really into Knight Rider, they're going to get the drop regardless. Why? Because they're fans of it. I think that's something good that they can maybe do in the future to where the collectors will actually want to collect it instead of people just buying it just to flip constantly. Feels like they intentionally made it that way, like a static NFT because of that. Absolutely. Probably went into it, or just to surprise people. Could be either one. How are there still like 2,300 left? Let's see. Probably just being distributed. So 2,202 out of 9,500 remaining. That just means 2,000 of them still have to be left to be distributed in people's accounts. If this is under retail, I'll probably add in gems and buy it in the market. Shout out to Alan Lucker. Just said, can he do it 30 seconds too for Johnny Dunn? Basically, like a 30-second warning. Shout out Chasing Sundays. Robin J.A. I wasn't even following you, brother. I just followed you back. It's so crazy too. Like I knew that was gonna happen at some point. I didn't think it was gonna happen this soon. Plenty of times where I came back with like a minute, couple seconds left. But wow. Oh man. And see, VeVe is for the people, Nibble man. And that's the thing people don't realize too, They've talked about plenty of times where VeVe, the Comey team, they've stated they want to keep this a private company. They don't want to be a public company on the stock market because at that point, all you're doing is just it becomes a business not really about the user experience. It's more about just pleasing the shareholders. So I feel like not even that I feel like that's what the Comey team said. They want to keep it a private business. They want to keep it a private company to make sure that they're all about the user experience. This is going to be something that takes over the entire world. There's going to be hundreds of millions of people here. Kind of seems crazy to say that because it's hard to fathom just tens of millions of people. But this is just at the very, very beginning. The social media part hasn't even been developed really just yet. Like all we have are just drops. Can't even search for people yet. And there's already this many people here. Little hidden clues. I didn't think this was going to be animated. But because of the price point, I could have saw it maybe it had a chance. Just one of those things where I did think if it was animated, they would have put animated, but no, it could have been a little surprise. I like what they surprises. Sometimes that's what it takes, sheer luck sometimes, Punch. Miss Rose did not hit. I think it is fun to understand. I think it is drivable. It may start out low and then rise up, I think. Let's go. I hate losing. I hate not having a chance. Market should open up soon. Let's go. Jerry got one. Let's go. Zach got one. Man, everybody hit today. And then here's Johnny, just forgets to do the draw. For the first time ever, people are actually sad for me. Think of that. Isn't that crazy? It's definitely drivable. Yep. Half hiding in the trunk. If I see that rumor, that's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, easy hold. Let's see if I'm trying to zoom in the trunk. See if there's any surprises in the trunk. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine there was a body in the trunk? Or like the back seat? Yeah, the details in the interior look amazing.
Michael, that was no accident.
Yeah, facts. It did have to happen eventually. You can change the size of it too. Yeah, I think it is a 1-to-1, so it's not going to be like a mini one. No way. Is that real? Or no? Or are you just kidding with us? I'm waiting to see what this opens up in the marketplace. Nope, still closed. Almost had it all, man. Yeah, facts, exactly. Don't be sad for me. But it is crazy that it finally happened. I didn't know if it was actually gonna happen or not. See, where I get confused is on my desktop here. So I guess I just kept looking down and said thought like I had a minute left. Desktop on my computer, it says April 2nd, 2022, 11:33 a.m. When really it is April 3rd and it's 11:33 a.m. So my desktop, my computer is a day and a minute fast. So slow, I should say. Yeah, it's a minute slow and a day behind. So it kind of messed me up a little bit. It doesn't look quite as realistic. It's one of those things too, Milestone, where especially with a couple of the collectibles that dropped past couple weeks, if there's been complaints about how they look aesthetically, how they, it's not perfect quality. When the VeVe team has some time, they're gonna probably go back and fix and update a lot of these collectibles to make them look perfect. A lot of times people don't realize the Ultraman that first dropped. When that dropped, people were, pissed off, complained. Excuse me. Jeez. You can't really see it in this picture. It probably just looks like a normal collectible. But if you go on my Instagram, VeVe NFT collection, and go all the way down to like March 25th, this post right here, and you zoom in, you're going to be able to see the quality of what it used to look like compared to what it looks like now. And they went back and updated it to make it look a lot better. You can't really see it on the but it just wasn't clean, crisp. There's a lot of blurriness on the edges. And so that's just because they blew up so quick from 8,000 users all the way to 180,000 users in just a few weeks. So once they had time, they went back and updated a lot of these collectibles. Do y'all finally understand what happened? All the off-app purchasers buying at discount crash values. Now we hit floor since they stopped. Where we go from here now that the scammers are gone? What do you mean? Where does it leave us from here? I don't think the scammers are technically gone. I think the scammers are still here. It's just we're trying to reduce the problem, reduce the issues. Market's still down. Yeah, definitely something to notice. I'll have to check it out in AR if I pick it up. This is actually amazing. I will park these in my garage next to the Ashens and the rest of the whips. That's the thing too, Punch. People are going to have, amazing car collections. We haven't even got to the GM cars just yet. So, I mean, can you only imagine? People are going to collect every car that drops. So far, I had them all until today's drop. Yeah, Brace Face 44 just had a good point. He said, I know there's still work to do, but today I'm seeing more green trucks on the feed and some with multiple editions pending as well. My fingers were too slow, but congrats all the hit. We're seeing some progress. Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's not going to be like an overnight, boom, it's gone. I think it's going to be like over time, we're going to start to see a lot of progress. I guarantee you too that we'll probably see updated versions. Maybe you could upgrade it and get more voices or like more sound bites and stuff like that. I kind of see that happening with, like I said, the rims, the paint jobs. We're probably going to be able to upgrade these, get different voices, different rims, different paint jobs. The driving is actually really fun. The DeLorean still has to get drivable too. Yeah, I think so, JT. Hey, shout out to Mr. is going to buy one anyway. 5838 or 4021. I would probably just go with the lower mint of this one, Night Rider. 5838 has a little bit of that repeatingness to it, but 4021 just probably because it's lower edition. If the 58 was a 58, maybe I'd probably keep that one instead. Yeah, Ian. That's kind of how I am. I wanted to, do really well for everybody because a lot of people got these, but for my own personal sake, if it goes on to retail, I would be able to snag one. Even at the regular price, I may just snag one. I'm just not even having an attempt at the drop. You guys know me. I just want to be able to win the drop. Usually I don't care about what rarity is or anything as long as I can just win the drop. Man, Ninja Turtles. You guys already know Alcon, huge responsibility with the Ninja Turtles. He's been responsible for a lot of brands. He didn't create the Ninja Turtles, but he played a big role in helping grow that brand. Yeah, the Citroen whips, still got to see them. They've only just announced them. We haven't even seen them just yet. Yeah, renting's going to be crazy, Noble Matt. That's kind of the next thing I want to gear up on. After I finish this House of Cards set, I want to start stacking some things that I'm going to be able to rent out pretty well. My issue is that I feel almost stuck again. I got to really be able to make some moves just because I have some duplicates, but I don't want to get rid of too many of them just yet. Market's still down. A lot of you guys probably saw my Todd for sale for a while. You guys are probably freaking out. But again, it's one of those things where I just want to sell my third Todd, buy back the floor, pocket like 1,500 if I can. Use those gems to start, stacking up on a few things. Because I have 3 Todds right now, all in the 1,000 mints. and 2 of them are originally owned. One I bought for 300. So I feel like I could swap that 1600 mint for a floor mint. Maybe get like a 3000 mint or something. Just pocket 1500. That's kind of my goal. Maybe even more. Maybe a couple thousand. But we'll see what happens with that. Market's still down. Still can't get over. I just missed that drop. It happened so quick. Like I literally wanted to watch. I have an Alcon video up here. That's an hour long again, 50 minutes, and we didn't even watch it. Shout out to the Comey Truther. He said got one on this, or he said get one on the secondary market. Finally, I hit a drop. Hey, you did it. I'm gonna have to start setting alarms 30 seconds before, a minute before. I think that's gonna be my game plan. Just set a timer a minute before. That way, even if I remember, I can just always turn the timer off. But that slim chance that I do forget, probably gonna happen once a year. So if it never happens on a big drop. If it's near under retail, I'll definitely get one. But if it's not, then I'll be happy for everybody else who hit. I can't believe I didn't even give myself a chance on this one, though. It's already been confirmed that we're going to be able to rent these out. Flagtastic. I already talked about this. In a couple of different AMAs now. It's actually in a couple articles, too, in the Master Collector program. People are going to be able to rent out collectibles, which is going to be huge. You could have gone for rebound, too. I did go for a couple rebounds, but only one I think I went for. I backed out, came back in. Buy now button was up, but I didn't get it. I doubt it goes under retail. I mean, we'll see what happens. Robin J. A, appreciate you for coming in today. So sorry that you were so focused on the, actual video live stream that you forgot about the drop too. Where I kind of, you can blame me this time. I distracted you from the drop. You and Green Goblin. No, so I think it's gonna be both. I think a lot of the ones that we have right now we'll be able to rent, and the new ones too. Is it at 2K? 2K floor? Oh my gosh. No, it's still closed. Market's still closed. I'd be surprised. I would be. I mean, it'd be a great thing for the VeVe market if it did come out that high. I'd probably just have to take an L, and miss out on this one. But if it comes out, based on the overall sentiment of the market the last week or so, last couple of weeks, I would say, even the last few weeks, then around retail is probably what I would expect. It is still down. Yep. Unbelievable. Kaki got a good ass mint. 606. Anytime you get a low mint, sub 100, and it's a palindrome, those are going to be big, I think. Because you got to think too, once we're on IMX, once we're on Immutable X, and you can sort it by rarity, how are all of these collectibles and comics going to show up in the list? By their mint number. So that's why I think the rarity is going to be crucial, but also the mint number. Mint number is going to, determine a lot of things in this. That's why I've been kind of debating, maybe just holding on to that 1,000 mint Todd. But because I have 3 of them, I'd rather use that liquidity, buy back a floor Todd, and I think I'd be okay with that one. Oh, you got a 4. Okay, as long as you got a rebound. Robin J. I'm glad you got a rebound. Green Goblin, I definitely owe. Rich Buddy, I would say not so much a bad sign, but I do agree that it should be priced much higher. I think it will be once a lot of those bot accounts get restricted, the collectibles get seized or whatever the case is, get taken from them. I think that floor price will be a lot higher once collectors are actually selling them. Market's down. December got one. I think the VeVe gods are watching. I don't think it's going to go into retail. But then Meyer Stone says, sadly, I'm going to get my hopes up on this today. It's definitely going to go below retail. And I have one. Sentiment needs to shift first. You have a good point, Meyer Stone, about the sentiment in the market right now. It's not a great sentiment, so prices could come out low. I mean, I hope they come out high, just for everyone's sake and just, for the overall sentiment. But I have a feeling that it may not, it may still come out kind of low. And I just went back to see what it would look like. And you are right. When you go into the series and you go into that blind box format, it looks like the buy now button wouldn't pop up there. Crazy. I never even saw that on the regular drops before. That's hilarious. I was even looking in the trunk. I was like, could you imagine if they did surprise us with something? I think that'd be great. I was even looking in the back seat. I was like, what if they surprise us with just like a, character in the back seat? K. Walker missed the drop again. At least you had a chance to go for it. The card does talk. It animates. It's drivable. It's pretty solid. Hey, let's go. Bumping non-fungible in the car. Can you imagine that? I think it could happen one day. I gotta check this out. Are you just Super Rush or in Twitter? Yep. Follow. I don't see your tweet, Super Rush. Oh, I do. Yep. That's hilarious. I just retweeted it. A lot of people are going to see that. I hope that doesn't pump up the price before I can grab one. Looks like the market's going to be closed for a little bit. Someone else mentioned on the live stream, I hope they are probably trying to figure out and kind of decipher and work on those bot accounts, restricted accounts, and maybe restrict them before the market opens. That's one way. I wouldn't mind it all if the market stays delayed when it opens up. as if they're in there investigating and trying to figure out, what accounts got what. How do you take video in AR? So you can't really take video on the app just itself. You have to kind of manually screen record, I believe. Once you're in AR on the VeVe app and you're driving around your car, you have to screen record. I believe that's the only way you can do it. But soon, I say soon, in a little bit, I don't know exactly a time frame, but they've talked about how that's going to be another feature to where you know how you can take a picture on the VeVe app itself. Well, you're going to be able to, instead of screen recording, you can actually take a video right there on the VeVe app. I was feeling sleepy as soon as I woke up today. I'm glad you're feeling awake now. The adrenaline of getting a drop it's a high of life that it's hard to replicate. I woke up today, was not feeling amazing, was tired. It was one of those days where you just wake up and you know what, you just gotta deal with it. Let's go. I hope everyone just pumps it. Well, for me trying to grab one, I don't, but for everybody's sake who did get one, I hope so. Yeah, the feed's going crazy right now. People are saying 2K club. Let's go. I think it looks good too. Yes. JT hit the nail on the head. Hitting a drop gives you that game-winning, buzzer-beating feeling, energy, buzzer-beater energy. It really does, man. And that's what I mean. Like, people don't realize this. I mean, I keep saying it on streams, but these VeVe drops, for a split second in time, brings me back when I'm competing in college, when I'm on the mound, bases loaded, full count, game-winning, like game on the line type thing, and or like a golf tournament. You get to actually, for a split second, compete against hundreds of thousands of people. And when you hit that drop, when you time it once, it just feels amazing. It truly does. And that's the other thing, Ian Divine. Once they do take away a lot of these collectibles, can you only imagine the circulating supply? Like that rewind drop. That's why I'm trying to complete this rewind set, because we saw how crazy that drop was, how much they took over that one. So I feel like if they all those get removed, there's gonna be like none left in supply for people. So it's gonna go from like 999 editions to like probably less than half of that, I would say, that's available. Yeah, exactly. K Walker. I mean, we kind of already established that all the cars will be drivable. All the animated ones, like the ultra rare DeLorean, the common DeLorean, they're gonna be drivable. So it's really gonna depend on how this one opens up. Again, that's why I like the DeLorean so much, is just because it's the first car ever. Once we start seeing like hundreds of cars on here, there's gonna be amazing looking cars. But that the first one ever, let's go. Chasing Sundays on the big screen. You should blow it up. You should make it look bigger. Let's go, doing burnouts. Market's still closed. Got multiple different voices. Yep. It is definitely a cool card. Cool NFT. Cool digital collectible. Again, like I said, if this comes out under retail, I think it's just an opportunity, guys. Still close. Jordan McBride. This was crazy. This is one of my favorite cars and shows from the 80s. My first NFT drop, and I got it. Let's go. Shout out to Jordan McBride. Yeah, I think, Knight Rider has a pretty popular or pretty big fan base. So that's why I always said in the short term, I'm not sure what it's going to do. The overall sentiment in the market's not the highest it's been right now. So it may not do the best short term. But again, if it's anywhere near retail, I think that's just an opportunity, because once the fans really start getting into the digital collecting space, once they really get on the VeVe app, something like this, I think, will be a huge hit. Yeah, it might actually happen. I really hope so for everyone who did hit it. New golden moments or the new Mickey? Maybe both, K Walker. I love golden moments. I think some of them are just too cheap right now, like less than $150 for a Disney golden moment. That's only like double the price of retail. So if you think a Disney golden moment could be higher than what double 2x of what the original retail price is, I think there are some good moves there. Market's open. Is this a late April Fool's joke, Gary? No, it's open. Let's go. Here it is. 199 or 119. Wow, a lot of real people looks like they're selling. That's amazing. That's what I wanted to see right away. Look at this. When was the last time VeVe Market opened up and it was just all real people? Let's go. Hmm, 105 is the price right now. $100 is the price. 104. $105, 110. Everything I try to buy just keeps saying sold out. I think people are just trying to buy them too quick right now. I'm trying to buy, but I just can't right now. Shout out to VeVe Vision. It's got a retweet from Reese. Depends on the golden moment. So it did go into retail. I'm kind of surprised. These will be 60 next week. Don't buy. There is a lot of them. Mickey's not a bad bet right there. Anytime you go Disney, I think it's a bad idea. Can you explain how people immediately sell under list price and why? Flactastic. I think this is something that we were all trying to figure out still. I think this has to do with I kind of assumed before this was happening because people were buying gems at a low rate and then selling it for under retail slightly and barely profiting. But if they do that with 10, 20s of thousands of dollars, it could add up. But now with the gems not being able to transfer and everything, I'm not too sure why people are still doing that. Maybe it's a bunch of accounts trying to hope for that low mint. And then if they don't get that low mint, just trying to get any gems back as possible. I mean, I can understand like taking a loss after a while. Like if you bought something months later, it's just not going up. You want to put those gems into something else. I can understand that. But like to do it right away on a drop just never really made a lot of sense to me. But again, I'm not too sure why. Can't even buy. So if you want to buy this in the market, I would say try to scroll down from the very top floor, whatever that floor price is. Scroll down. It's a little bit more expensive than the floor, but if you buy from a real person, might be might be able to do that. Like for me, when I bought Homer and Simpsons, I paid $200 when the floor was $70. Why? Because I was trying to buy one at 70, couldn't. Buy one at 80, couldn't. 90, couldn't. So I was like, you know what? I'm locking one in. I'm not having this run up to 1,000 and not getting one. So I scrolled all the way down, I was trying to buy one at 150, 200. I couldn't. Finally locked one in at 200. I happened to be a 3-digit. So bot wave rolling in. Back up to 120. Interesting. Let's go. It is up to 120. That's good to know. My buddy VeVe Chusk, he did get a drop today though. Let's go. It's just for the temporary time being December. It was all the way down to like 105, but it's back up. It's like 120, 130. A couple get listed at 120, 115, but it's back up to 130. I end up buying one at like 120, 124. 124 is the exact price I got. Let's go. Yeah, I already locked one in. Let's go. I bought one for 124. Let's go. I'm gonna do the AR driving around. Oh man. Tell me it's not hard to drive. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna do another one here now that I'm recording.
I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor, K.I.T.T for easy reference, KIT if you prefer.
Hold on. The service I had it on is all messed up now. Let me. I want to get a good video of me doing the the stream.
Yes, well, don't you think you should pre-program me in the event you don't return?
I want to take this one outside and do some videos today. Yeah, I lost the car. This is actually pretty fun. This is a good one. Oh man. My tissues are in the view. That's hilarious. Not a bad idea to stack these. Like I could definitely see these getting close to $500, maybe even more eventually. But I mean, the DeLorean ultra rare. I remember when that was $130. It was just last summer. Like, and we see that touch over $1,000 at some point. So, I mean, that's obviously the first car ever. So I think that has room to grow too. I think people are liking the fact that I just screwed up this drop for once. I mean, I guess I am human, right? See what it's doing in the market. Yeah, up to 140 already. Solid. It may linger around this price and then kind of work its way up over time. Drivable and stackable. That's a fact right there, B. Christopher. I think this one is a good one to be able to stack. Good for flips too. 2.5% seller fee. Wow, that's good to know. He's sweeping them all himself. That's hilarious. I think people, yeah, definitely. Floor is above 150 now. Wow, let's go. Yep. The real floor is probably about 150. Anything below 150 is probably pretty much gone. I'm glad I did add some gems and I got one. But man, that drop, though, I can't believe I just ruined it. It is my fault. I was just kidding, VeVe Chusk, if you're listening. I know I was just saying I was blaming you, but obviously not your fault. It got me distracted. I can't believe it really happened. Oh my god! The difference is, I don't just do these live streams just to do live streams. I do them to show people how I'm able to get the drops, have a good time with everybody, and I get excited for these drops. That's I love these drops. Just being able to beat a bunch of people. But the fact I missed it, I'd rather 100% miss 10 drops in a row than not even attempt a drop. That's for sure. That's the worst feeling in the world. You know what's funny about that DG bet? It's true. Like a lot of the people that were complaining, we're not complaining, but I bet a lot of people that probably were upset, frustrated that I was getting all these drops were probably like, the tables have turned. They're like, wow, I feel bad. It's like, well, one, don't feel bad, but I think they realize maybe that I am human. It's sometimes things happen. Hey, just finished fasting. Get some sleep, man. K Walker, appreciate you big time for tuning in today. Yeah, it was definitely refreshing to open up that marketplace and see, real accounts in there. Obviously, some have real pictures, but it's a private account, and not every private account means it's not real. But it's just always good to see that, as opposed to when you opened up the Mickey. I think that was the final straw too. The rewind drop, the Mickey drop. When you open that up, you just see all those random fake accounts in there. Like imagine if the marketplace opened up. This is the Mickey Mouse uncommon, and it looked like that. That would just piss off everybody, right? Man, there's so many things I like are cheap. I want to still get, but like, I just don't want to sell anything just yet. I am going to go back and list my Todd. Let's see. Yep. Next 1,000 mint, 7.4K. I'll list it at like 7.2K. Buy back the floor. This guy, Major 66, just watches the market on Todd's all day. Every time I listed my Todd, he would just list it right under it. Happens. Yeah, absolutely, Ronnie Lido. The thing is, though, you can kind of tell them apart still based on the username. If it's a private account, still, even if it's a real person, if it's a private account, I still won't try to support it. And I try supporting those public accounts. That way, you can guarantee it's pretty much a real person based on how many collectibles they have, etc. December, good night. I'm so glad you finally got a rebound. You didn't hit the drop, but you got a rebound. Essentially the same thing. I think this will be a good one. I'm glad you got it. It's a fun one too, so I'm glad you enjoy it. Take it easy. Good night. Get some sleep. Appreciate you as always. Hey, your friend will buy the Todd. Let's go, Punch. That would help out big time, man. Get a Johnny Dunn Todd. I have mine listed at 7.2K. Obviously, I ain't trying to completely sell my Todd. I would just buy back the floor at 5.6, pocket the difference in the gems. That would allow me to just reinvest in some more collectibles, ones that I don't have just yet that I want to get. Still got to finish that rewind set. There's only one more I need. I don't think that's going to go big time. I want to stack a couple golden moments too while they're still cheap. Hey, just found Doctor Strange in the marketplace. Shout out to my guy, Doctor Strange. It's actually letting go one of the collectibles I was thinking about buying. May have to buy a Doctor Strange. The thing about the rewind cards is there's so many bots that got that to where once they get rid of all those collectibles, can you just imagine how low that supply is going to be of those rewind cards? What a 1021. Let's go. This Rose, is that the Knight Rider? I don't even have that good of a mint, but I bought it at like 120, 124. List price is at 120. Imagine when we can start changing the rims, the paint jobs, all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure if it's going to be on this car specifically, just because this is like from an actual show series. But once we start getting futuristic, old school GM classic cars, etc., Fast and the Furious cars, I guarantee you we'll be able to buy new rims, paint jobs, and think of all that only that people are going to be burning every day. Loving the low collectible fees. Solid move, I think. I just saw that too. It went quick. Now, see, BDK, that's a tough part. Like when you see a crazy low mint near the floor, instinctively you're just going to want to go buy it, snipe it, right? The tough part about that is now it's like you may get that low mint at a good price, but you're just supporting, these the bot fake accounts. And not only just that, are you just supporting that? You may get your account restricted, Wi-Fi restricted if you bought from a illegal collectible or account type thing. So you never really know for sure. That's why I always say, I don't fault anybody for doing that just because it's hard to pass up. Sometimes you find a sub 100, crazy steal. And so it's like, what do? Do you not buy it? If you don't buy it, someone else is going to buy it. So that's a tough one for sure. Why would anyone want to be private? Why wouldn't you just want to show off your collectibles? I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, a thought experiment to try to empathize with that. Yeah, Ronnie Lato, good statement here. Now, I would say there's not really an advantage to keeping it private. The only advantage would be security, maybe. A sense of security, maybe, I would say. So keeping it private, some big whales that have like 2,000 plus collectibles may not want to show that off. But again, you're kind of limiting yourself with that case. So, like, for example, I'm sure with some whales out there with like tens of millions of dollars, they don't really care so much about their brand, etc. They're just already, well off. But I think even for them, they're limiting themselves. They could put themselves in position to get brand sponsorships from the biggest brands in the world. And that's how I'm treating this. One day I do believe that I can get a sponsorship deal with Disney, Coca-Cola, DC, Marvel, who knows, right? And so for me, I've never wanted to have a private account. I wanted to have a public account. I wanted to be transparent. I want to try to grow my brand, grow my following. And so I feel like the only real reason why someone would have it private is if they're hiding something or if they want that sense of security, meaning if they're a huge whale, they've already got tens of millions of dollars. They don't really try to grow their brand. They don't really care about that. They just want to remain private, So that could be another reason. I mean, I remember when the DeLorean Ultra Rare was at 150. I think in some time these will definitely be at least a few hundred. Maybe not right away. All depends what gets dropped next. We see Darth Vader tomorrow. I mean, this might head back down, but really just depends. I think over time this will definitely grow. Yep, exactly. And that's the thing, JT. This one's like a real thing from the TV series. So something like this may not be able to be customized with new rims, paint jobs. But the newer cars that we'll see in the future, I definitely think there'll be a lot of customization for them. My mom is private. She's not a bot. Yeah, exactly, Punch. So that's what I mean. Not everybody's private account, means that they're not a real person. A lot of times people just don't want to have their business out there, which is perfectly fine too. Right there. Exactly. I mean, nothing's ever perfectly secure, but it's that illusion of security. Looks like we got bombarded from the vault. Yeah, I think these will do well over time. I agree. Like I just said with Punch, just because you have a private account doesn't necessarily mean you're automatically not real, but I always try to support those public accounts because at least that means you're at least supporting those real collectors out there. 150 is nothing. These will do well. I agree. I think these will do well. Let's go. Shout out to all the line gators out there. How do we do? Did we do well on the drop today? Let's go. Line attack. Attack back, aliens. We need the alien invasion. Attack them back. Shout out to the line gang. Yeah, definitely. Gang. Shout out to the vault and his crew over there. Huge line raid right now. Doctor Strange. Hey, appreciate that big time. We got to attack back. Aliens got to invade back. Appreciate you, Vault. BDK, appreciate it, brother. Have a good one. How do we do on the line gate? How do we do on the drops today, everybody? I know I saw a lot of rebounds. Shout out to everybody who was able to grab one. Yes, sir. Big comic book drop tomorrow. I think it will be a good one, too. I'm excited for it. Let's go. Got 2 of them. Shout out to you guys. Got too many rebounds. Hey, smart move, Doctor Strange. Smart move. Let's go. Got 3 at drop and rebound. Stacking them. Let's go. Aliens and lions. That's a good combo right there. Shout out to the Vault. Got 3 of them today. Vault, you're going to laugh when you see my video today, man. I got distracted. My buddy texted me minutes before the drop saying that, he was making some moves for this drop. I got distracted, showing my people what I would normally do. Next thing I know, time runs out. I missed the drop today, man. Unbelievable. It was bound to happen eventually, but crazy it finally happened. I was like showing my streamers what I would normally do when I don't hit the notify me button or something like that, the bookmark, and all of a sudden the drop, I go from like a flashed up from buy now to something. I'm like, what's happening? I pressed the buy now and it was too late. Could you imagine though if I got one like that? Yeah, I think this May event one is going to be a great time if this works out, man. It was a wild one today. Wow, mid 61. Realtor Aaron Baker, man, that's gonna be big time. Sub 100 on this one, I think is gonna be huge. Wow, I got 2 of them. This is gonna be a good one to rent out too, I think, in the future for sure. And it was just good to see too when the market finally opened up that you don't see a bunch of non-profile picture private accounts. You see a lot of regular profile pictures on there. So I think that's a good thing to see. Am I supposed to hit the notify me option? I usually don't, Jerry. And that's what I was explaining to the people as soon as I did the drop. The notify me button was already pressed, the bookmark. And I think that's just because when I went to go practice the buy now, I accidentally clicked it. So then when I was up there, I was showing people I usually don't click the notify me button. And then as soon as I said that, that's when the timer changed and I missed the drop. But yeah, I usually leave the notify me not touch unless I'm going for those spam boxes or blind boxes, I should say. They kind of changed it recently. There was a point where I would click the notify me so that way when you back out and come back in, it kind of eliminates that from being clickable. That way you only have to worry about clicking that details drop-down menu. But recently they just changed it to where even if you click the notify me, back out and come back in, it's still, clickable at that point. You can click it on and off still. So because of that, they kind of changed it. I would just leave it to where I don't get notified. Yeah, absolutely, Aaron Baker. I think a lot of parents or families' accounts are private too. So that's why I would say just because it's private doesn't mean it's not a real person. But it is always tough to tell, what's real, what's not. So it's one of those things where I always do try to support those real accounts. In the short term, the new drops, they always go up and down. There's always a lot of volatility in the new drops. I don't think it did. I didn't try for that one. I just stayed on that regular page that it normally is on. But everyone said that the buy now doesn't show up on that page. So I agree, Punch. I mean, I remember just in the summer, the DeLorean Ultra Rare was only $150, $140. So I definitely think that this has room to grow. Long term, I think it's solid. Short term, you never know what it's going to do in the short term. Oh man, you did try the series thing. It was a flop. Yeah, a couple of people on the live stream said the buy now doesn't show up on them, so I just stayed on that store page. 61 is uber low. Yeah, 61 is a crazy mint. I love those sub 100s just because the VeVe team does take the first 40. So we all know by now the 41st mint, first one public. So you have the first 20 available public with the 61 mint. That's big time right there. I think it is definitely stackable too. When you see a ultra rare, I don't think this one's ultra rare, but it's just a rare. When you see, an animated drivable, it makes noise, it makes sounds, actual quotes from the series too. I think this is a good one. I may have to try to get a second one. Facts. I agree. The fact that it's drivable is going to be big. I think it'll get there, Aaron Baker. I mean, the ultra rare DeLorean that got over $1,000, and that took a lot of time. So, oh man, portfolio is one of those things where it's just going to go up and down. No big deal. I do think this is another opportunity to be able to stack. We'll see what happens. Anything below retail, at retail is usually a good opportunity to get in. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. My opinions only. But appreciate you guys all tuning in today. I'm going to be hopping off, signing off today. Appreciate the vault for rating us with the lions today. We're going to have to rate them back, get the aliens involved. But appreciate you guys big time. I will be on live stream for the drop tomorrow. We do have a pretty good comic book dropping. I don't think we have the Medium article out. We do have the Medium article out. So go over it real quick before the drop. Werewolf by Night number 32. We have 30,000. So tomorrow's just a typical edition count. Nothing too crazy. Not super limited, but because of the demand, because of the popularity, I think this one's probably going to sell out instantly. 30,000 editions total. 21,000 for the common, 5,000 for the uncommon, 2,350 for the rare, 1,050 for the ultra rare, and 600 for the secret rare. Drivability makes this a classic. Facts. And the fact that it talks too and everything, just like the actual car itself, just like the kit car. Hey, top 10 Bronze Age book. Let's go. Got another good comic drop. Always exciting when we have those. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I will be signing out. Appreciate you guys big time for tuning in as always. I'm glad we saw a lot of dubs today. It was good to see that. A lot of green trucks. Sorry. Green Goblin. Robin J.A. I know Robin J.A. got a rebound, but Green Goblin, I still owe something big time too because I feel like I made him miss the drop today. Unbelievable. I think we could probably see a future update. I definitely think we could see that. That's the other thing too. A lot of people, I talked a little bit about it earlier on in the stream. if you guys want to see, firsthand example how they can update these collectibles, go to my Instagram account, VeVe NFT Collection, and look at the post from March 25th, 2021. Scroll all the way down, and you're going to see Ultraman. I'll bring it up real quick, but you can't really see the details on this picture. But once you go on that post, you're going to see the quality of some of the collectibles. This is the post right here. March 25th, 2021, VeVe NFT Collection. When Ultraman first dropped, you zoom in. It was not perfect. The quality was not perfect. Rough around the edges, blurry. Once they had time, they went back and updated these collectibles to make them look flawless almost. So that was just when they were experiencing crazy growth to 8,000 to 180,000 users in just a few weeks. So some things didn't come out looking perfect. They got some complaints. They went back when they had the time and updated them to look amazing. So it's one of those things where I do think where we can see updated features, animations, maybe different quotes that they say and talk. Definitely some updates can happen to a lot of these collectibles in the future. For example, like that Electra. I know a lot of people weren't too keen on how it looked right away, but I think it's one of those things where if there's a lot of complaints still, a few months from now, they could go back and update it to make it look even better. So glad to see that floor creeping up. With all that being said, make sure you guys stay tuned. You guys are subscribed. I will be going live tomorrow for the drop as well. Appreciate you guys big time, and the Vault for rating the chat today. With all that being said, I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.